Hey guys, Skellington80 here. So today we have day 23 of 25 Days of Monsters, and we bring you the story of the Weird Sisters from Macbeth by William Shakespeare in 1606. The category is witches, base of operations is Scotland, when is the 11th century, powers seeing the future, disappearing and reappearing at will. Most dastardly deed is a deed without a name, whatever that is, I do not want to know, because it sounds like it might be really bad, and the fear factor is 5, even though that's kind of relative from person to person. And look at this. This is another one of my favorite illustrations, because this has spooky month vibes to it. This just seems like a quintessential Halloween image. Tim Siver, I once again applaud you for being a magnificent illustrator. Alright, in the wild moors of Scotland lived 3 sisters so withered and wild in their attire that they didn't even look like inhabitants of the earth. But interestingly enough, they were. They had their little hobbies like killing other people's pigs or turning into a rat without a tail. That sounds like a fine way to occupy your time. They had their pets, like a cat named Greymalkin, a toad named Paddock, and a bird named Harpier. If one of them needed help, the others were quick to assist. For example, if one wanted to fly to Syria in a sieve to get revenge on a sailor because his wife wouldn't share her chestnuts, the other 2 would aid her by conjuring up a tailwind. Every once in a while, all 3 would get together. When would they do that? In thunder, lightning, or in rain, that is. And in one foul and fair day, that seems like kind of an oxymoron, but whatever. As it thundered, they were dancing hand in hand when a man named Macbeth showed up. Macbeth was I almost called him Macbeth. Oh, jeez. My tongue is very slippery today. Okay. Macbeth was the Thane, kind of like a baron, of Glamis. But when the Weird Sisters saw him, they hailed him as the Thane of Glamis and Thane of Cawdor, who shalt be king hereafter. Macbeth corrected him. He was the Thane of Glamis, yes, but not the Thane of Cawdor, and he was really not in line to be king. So what were they talking about? But the sisters just disappeared. Macbeth might have forgotten all about that strange experience, except just then 2 messengers rode up and told Macbeth that the Thane of Cawdor had been proven traitor and that Macbeth would be the new Thane of Cawdor. Macbeth welcomed the news, and it got him thinking maybe he would be king someday. After all, the witch's prophecy had already partly come true. Meanwhile, the Weird Sisters kept taking care of witch business. They visited their evil queen, Hecate, the great goddess of witchcraft, and cobbled together a disgusting witch's brew, the ingredients of which will be mentioned in the Beyond the Book section. And then they perpetrated a deed without a name, whatever that is, and like I said, it doesn't sound very good. Then one of them said, "By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes." So that's where it comes from, apparently. "Open locks whoever knocks." It was Macbeth, and he had some news. He had murdered the king and usurped the throne, fulfilling the witch's prophecy. Oh, that's one way to do it, I guess. And now he was worried he might not get away with it. The sisters conjured up 3 apparitions. An armed head, I'm thinking it might have been wearing a helmet. I don't know what that means. A bloody child and a child crowned who told Macbeth to not worry. They said, "None of woman born shall harm Macbeth." I'm not sure where harmish came from. Geez, I'm bad at reading things out loud. And which was comforting. And then they said, "Macbeth shall never be vanquished until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him," which was even better. Birnam Wood and Dunsinane Hill were nowhere near each other, and forests don't just march across the country to a hill, and who was not of woman born? The sisters did a little dance and disappeared again, and that was the last he saw of them. Macbeth, of course, met a bad end. The army that marched against him came bearing boughs from Birnam Wood, and in this way Birnam Wood did indeed come to Dunsinane. A man named Macduff, who faced off against Macbeth in single combat, was from his mother's womb untimely ripped. That is, he was delivered by a caesarean section, and therefore was technically not of woman born. And so the sister's words came true, and Macduff cut off Macbeth's head. That just goes to show that you never get away with things in these kind of stories. Or real life. That is. Okay. Beyond the book. Why are there witches here anyway? William Shakespeare based most of his plays on older stories, and Macbeth is based on a real 11th century Scottish king whose life story is told in the not very accurate history book Holinshed's Chronicles, 1577. Or Holinshed's Chronicles doesn't have witches in it, though. Instead, Macbeth meets nymphs or fairies living in the woods, and they give him the misleading prophecies. So why did Shakespeare change the fairies into witches? When Shakespeare was writing Macbeth, he knew that King James I would be in the play's audience, and King James was obsessed with witches. His fiancée, Princess Anne of Denmark, had encountered rough weather when sailing to Britain, and Danish witches confessed under torture to conjuring up the storms. Yeesh. That was enough for James, who started seeing witches everywhere. And Shakespeare knew that adding witches to his play was a good way to keep the king interested. Well, brilliant guy, I guess. He's a brilliant guy, I guess. Okay, so Baba Yaga. Alexander Afanasyev. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Afanasyev collected Russian fairy tales and published them in many volumes between 1855 and 1863. Some of the stories feature a witch named Baba Yaga who lives in a hut that walks on chicken legs, surrounded by 12 poles in a circle, with human heads on 11 of them, and the 12th is reserved for her next visitor. And she eats up men as though they are poultry and flies through the air in her iron mortar, urging it on at the pestle, sweeping away her traces with the broom. So yeah, sometimes stuff in old fairy tales is really freaky, and Baba Yaga is a very good example of that. Okay, as promised, here are some of the ingredients in the witch's stew. You can follow along if you want to replicate it. What's for supper? The Weird Sisters are witches, and witches love their brews. The most famous ingredients in their cauldron are eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat, and tongue of dog, but there are many others which are equally as gross. An adder's fork, which is their tongue, a lizard's leg, a mummified witch, so they're technically cannibals, the esophagus and stomach of a shark, a dragon's scale, baboon's blood, the sweat of a hanged murderer, the blood of a sow who has eaten all her piglets, the finger of a baby strangled at birth, and a hemlock root. That last one doesn't sound so bad, but the philosopher Socrates drank hemlock once and it killed him. At least baboon's blood isn't poisonous. Witches redeemed. In the old witch-hunting days of Cotton Mather and James I, witches were always evil, but their image has softened over the centuries. In L. Frank Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, written in 1900, 50% of Oz's witches are good, and 50% are evil. In J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books, the word witch is just a feminine form of wizard, and only a few Slytherins are actually wicked. Alrighty, that was certainly an interesting one. Be sure to come back for tomorrow if you wish to continue this series. There's not a lot of it left, so yeah. I do hope you've been enjoying this series, and if you're just joining us now today, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!